Now, Steve Clarke has named his Scotland squad for the World Cup playoff semi-final against Ukraine. The rescheduled match is set to take place at Hampden Park a week on Wednesday, with the winner due to face Wales in Cardiff 4 days later. It was very sunny when we spoke an hour ago to Mark Benstead. He's moved inside, so the weather doesn't matter. It's a big squad, Mark. Any surprises?
No huge surprises, Nick, but there are one or two names, both included and excluded, that we do raise an eyebrow at. In terms of the guys missing out, the big one is Kieran Tierney. We didn't really think he would be in because he's missed Arsenal's end-of-season run. He actually hasn't played since the last Scotland games because of a knee problem. But you just wondered if there would be a chance he could make it in, but he's out. That's a big blow. There's also no place for Kenny Mclean, who fractured a toe. It was always likely he would not make it into this group. Beyond that, there are a couple of players who've got in we perhaps did have a doubt about. Nathan Patterson is the biggest one of those. He's had an ankle operation, hasn't played, hasn't been involved of late, of course, for Everton. We wondered if he would be included, but he is in the group for these games coming up, so that's a huge boost. Although he's not forced his way into the Everton team regularly, he's become a big player for Scotland of late. It'd be interesting to see if he's fit to play the game against Ukraine, of course, but the big thing is he is in the group. The other player who's made it in, there was a slight doubt about, is Billy Gilmour. He sat out the final game of the season for Norwich yesterday. We always thought he would make it in, but again, until you actually see it written down in front of you, there is that slight worry. In terms of the squad as a whole, Steve Clarke's named a slightly bigger squad than usual. 28 names in the group for these games coming up. First and foremost, because they have so many matches to get through. It could be 5 games in total in the space of, 2.5, 3 weeks. It could be 2 World Cup playoff games and then 3 Nations League games as well. In terms of the names in and out, I mentioned the 2 that have dropped out. 6 players have come in, additional to the group that was last named for the last round of fixtures. There's another goalkeeper in Clarke back in the group to take it to 4 goalkeepers. At the back, John Souttar returns as well. John Souttar in the defence to bolster the numbers there. Liam Cooper also comes in at the back. Liam Cooper, of course, helped Leeds United secure their Premier League place yesterday. Has been a big figure for them of late. Also at the back, there's an inclusion for the Celtic defender Tony Ralston. He's really reinvented himself this season. Looked to be out the door at Celtic until Ange Postecoglou came in. He gave him an opportunity, and he's certainly taken it. A goal-scoring season for him at right back for Celtic. Some big goals along the way as well, and he's included again in the Scotland squad. In terms of the midfield, you can look and see that there's a place now for David Turnbull, his Celtic teammate. David Turnbull missed 3 months of the season between mid-December and mid-March because of a hamstring problem. He's been back the tail end of the campaign and looks to be back to his best. So he is back amongst the Scotland squad as well. At the top end of the field, there's also a place for Ross Stewart. He's in the squad from the off for the first time. He was drafted in to the last squad as a late call-up, but he's in from the off this time round, and he certainly warrants his inclusion. 26 goals for Sunderland across the campaign. The latest of them, of course, came in the League One playoff final as Sunderland earned promotion back to the Championship. So yeah, it is a squad that has many names we've seen before, 1 or 2 back in the fold, and one that does have some exciting options. But it will be a frustration for Steve Clarke that he misses a player in Kieran Tierney, who has been, as I say, probably one of Scotland's best, if not their best player in those recent internationals. It'd be interesting to see what he makes of the squad he's been able to pick, and how fit some of those players are, particularly Nathan Patterson, and how he manages to manage the workload of his captain, of course. Andy Robertson hasn't quite finished his domestic season. He has a game to go with Liverpool, of course, in the Champions League this Saturday.